Stream activated. Let's go. It's too early to make any clips, I can see. I wonder when the clip button will be enabled. I don't know how long a clip is. Maybe like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Nothing cool has happened yet, but you never know. How is stream doing? I want to make sure it's working all right because I have this this audio spectrum thing. Looks like it's all right. Oh, and then now it's been enough time that I can clip something. Well, anywho, let me get working on this again and see what I could do. I think what I want to do is make it so that you can't really, you don't need to right click to come out of here. You don't need to do that anymore. So let's do that. Actually, I think that's here. Yeah. If and mouse mode is visible, then we can do that. But otherwise, if it's right click, we're visible. We don't need this here. This is good still, and I'll probably get bugs. Oh, I think that's just it might be an unavoidable bug for now due to the this thing that we added. Something I'm gonna do is I'm going to move this here. I'm going to turn these around. This is going to face the other way. Oh, hang on, wait. Flip faces. This is going to come over here. And we are going to try and make this look at the player. Let's see. You know, it is looking at the player. But what I really want it to be looking at is the camera. Look at, not player.global position. I want player, well, yeah, I just have this right here. Player.camera3d.global position. Nice. Got our histogram. Got another, hang on, that is a backwards histogram. Okay, hang on. That's a backwards histogram because we're facing this direction. UV. -1. Can I just do that? Yes, that is exactly what I needed. Okay, Cool. I think I want to make it so that, let's see. Look at position. Yeah, what happens if I do slurp? Oh, hang on. Dot slurp. Give me the slurp. Yeah, that's better. Here we go. Okay. So this is the objective of the game then. These, I will make these little quests, and yeah, you can just come here and take a look at it. And what I'll do is when you're looking at a quest, let's see. So I will also need to give this thing like a little, this is the way it faces. I'll need to give this some kind of collision geometry so that you can point at it, I'm thinking, and then accept it as a quest. So let's see. We'll give it another area, and the area will be, you know, part of this, attached to the mesh. And it will be probably just like a ball, or no, we'll make it a box. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So this is the thing that will interact, right? So you want to interact with that. Yeah, let's see. I want to add this to a group. The group is quest quest. Yeah. So, excuse me. Let's see. We have our ray cast here, casts with 1 and 2. Thinking just the same error. Yeah, all right. That's all right. if raycast 3D dot is collides with areas, right? Yeah. And okay. If collider equals raycast 3D dot get collider. If collider dot is in group is in group. I'm taking another look at the little spectrum I've got here. It looks like it's reacting all right. I suppose, I don't know if I'm talking too quietly or if I just need to adjust the sensitivity on that thing, but either, you know, it looks all right. It works. Is in group quest. Let me see. So histogram quest, area 3D interact. Oh yeah, okay. Oops. Got the mesh right there. Pass. Actually, just right now, let's say print looking at quest, just to make sure it works. Looking at quest, nice. Looking at quest. Looking at quest. Boom. Looking at quest. All right, cool. So for now we'll pass. But what I will do is go back to the UI and say, all right, we have the actual histogram here. We need to make one more thing in here, which is another margin container, right? Yeah. Give me another margin container down below. We're gonna say, once again, margins of 30. And hang on. Okay. Yeah, we got margins. So this is margin container. This is margin container quest. And let's see. How do I want to do this? Request. You know what? I'm actually not. I'm always so worried about how I'm going to structure the scene tree, because I'm always I think I like to work on games where you can add stuff, you know, you can like create like with a forge mode or something. But this doesn't have anything like that. And the scene tree I mean, it's never really going to change. So I can deal with all these like static references. Like it doesn't really matter how exactly I structure it, I think. Do I want to have like, so I'm like, you know, do I want to have the player quest? Hang on, let me just get rid of all this. We don't need this anymore. Do I want to have the player quest be handled by the UI or by the player? But it doesn't really matter, I'm thinking. Hello, Bean Daddy. That's my friend. I also think that. Oh, that's good. That's good. Check out this thing in the left. I made this morning. It's like a audio spectrum analyzer. Woo! I think, you know, I'll come up with different like skins for it, but I think it's kind of cool. And it doesn't take it seems like it doesn't hog any of my computer. Coca-Cola. Ooh. Coca-Cola. Yeah. That's my impression of Coca-Cola. Oh, I haven't shown you the game. Wink, wink. I see. I see. La Coca. The audio? What do you mean the audio? You mean like cocaine? It looks like cocaine dust? Yeah, there we go. Check it out. This is the game I'm working on. The theme of the game jam, I might have told you this already, but the theme of the game jam is light and dark. And so I can flip my audio graphic thing and you gotta, and add a snowman. That's not a bad idea. And it would be like, that's actually kind of cute. I could have different themes. Okay, but check this out. This is the game, right? And did I already tell you about the game, or can I explain now? Well, I'll go ahead and start explaining because I think I don't have it on like instant. Okay, elaborate. Yeah. So the theme of the game is the game jam is light and dark, and so I am doing a game where you're in a camera, right? And you can control your exposure, and you can basically, you have the histogram on the right side, right? So like, you know, here is on the histogram, there's the peak at the full white, then there's the histogram with the full black, and there's the histogram with the neutral gray, right? And so the challenge, it's like a puzzle game where I'm gonna make a bunch of these things called like quests, like histogram quests, where I take a picture by clicking, right? And then all you get that's left is this like little card that has the histogram from the picture, but you don't get to know what the actual picture was. So the puzzle is gonna be to find these quests, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna say to you like, I was taken within like, you know, 10 feet of this location. Try to recreate this histogram. And so then you'd go around and try to recreate the histogram and try to find what photo was originally taken. And you'll be able to do stuff like this. Like there'll be a lamp, right? And you can take the lamp, thank you, and you can move the lamp around to light different scenes, you know? Ooh, that looks kind of cool. But check this out. You can also throw the lamp, and it goes very far. And so it's kind of just fun to throw the lamp around. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's like a secret photo game. But I'll have to make a little tutorial that explains what a histogram is, because unless you're really into photography, you may not be, what's it called? Not inundated. When you get like, when you get to join like a organization or something. Yeah, it's a Hello Still Needs Work. It's like it's some sort of puzzle game. And, you know, if you really get upset, you can take the lamp and go whoosh. Oh no, that was the wrong button. Hang on. Whoosh. Oh, that's really that's really going. That is never coming back. I think I'll probably make it so that if the lamp goes too far away, it like respawns. Because it'd be kind of a bummer to just lose the lamp. Oh, this room is so dark now. But that's okay, because I can hold E and bring the exposure up. Hello, RMC. Yeah, I've been working away here. So now what I'm gonna work on next. Is, thank you. I was trying to recreate the like digital camera. Instead, just give them a tutorial what causes it to go up and down. Bong. Okay, yeah, bong. Hi, bong. I don't think you need to give them the technical aspects. Ah, like the Witness. Yeah, the Witness is. I've never played it, but I watched the Donkey playthrough or the Donkey video on it. Have a tutorial that simplifies what causes it to go up and down. Yeah, I think these value cubes, that's what I'm calling them, are probably gonna be part of the tutorial. So I'll be like, you know, but I'll have them in line so that it's actually lined up with how the histogram, like I'll have the black one down here and the white one or the gray one right here. And I think that should be a good example. Yeah, I've still got like six days, I think, until the jam is done. So I'll put a good amount of thought into the right kind of tutorial. But what I want to do right now, are you gonna help me make the UI for my game? Sure. Ooh, for the horror game, like an exposure slider, that would actually be pretty cool. I will say I think I've gotten pretty all right with UI stuff. So absolutely, I'll show you how I did the, yeah. Let me hear you out. An Outlast night vision camera. Outlast is a game, right? I never played Outlast, but I would be down to try and make some kind of night vision camera. I'll have to like look up an example. But a night vision camera would be perfect for a horror game. Scariest games of all time. Would that have a green tint for night vision? Yeah, I'm trying to. So it would be I'm imagining, because there's the green vision, yeah, the green tint one. I wonder how I would do that. Okay, so because a night vision camera is just like a, well, you know, I think the military ones that I think it's modeled after, I don't think they're like infrared. I'm pretty sure they're like they like amplify regular light. Green tint with like the CRT lines. Yeah, I'll have to try that. But I bet I could do something like that. I guess with night vision, the exposure would have to be really bright, so that anything that's bright is blinding, right? And anything that's dark is bright. And then there'd also probably be like a head cam light. But it's a fun task. I like it. What I'm trying to work on now is you know, your histogram is up here. See through the fog. That's not a bad idea. It should also see through the fog. I could see that. You could have it be like a bittersweet thing, like where it's you use the night vision camera, but then like maybe there's a monster that like can shine a bright light on you, and then you just like completely go blind for a couple seconds. So like it's risky. Something like that. How do I want to get the little histogram quest thing, the little thing on the paper, onto here? Because I'm realizing now that this is still in 2D. I know. I think. I have an idea. We have the histogram here. Mesh instance 2D. I want it to look like it's kind of taped onto the camera. I think what I'm gonna do, you know what? If the monster is close, its eyes will go bright. Ooh, I like that. It like makes it, that would make you feel tense when you're using the night vision. Like you know that you can, it's helping you right now, but you also have to be ready to put the night vision away, like, you know, super quickly or something. I think that's it's an interesting idea. Something I want to do with this is I kind of want to switch, I think, from having a purely 2D UI. I want to switch from having a 2D UI to a UI that is actually in part of the 3D scene. So like if I turn this way, it's like you'd be able to see the texture of the light hitting the camera from this angle. That might be trying to get too fancy, and but I don't know. Oh. Why is my... Hang on. There we go. I see. When you look at something bright in the dark and there's a spot in your vision. Oh, that is a good idea, actually. Because that's always kind of, you know, like if I was running from a monster or something, I mean, that would be the last time I would like to have a spot right in the middle of my vision. That is some spooky realism. I'm down to see that. I would be interested. It's very spooky. You can only run and hide. You're taking power, making the player feel powerless and weak. I feel like that's an aspect of horror, right? For the time being, I think I'm going to avoid doing like the whole fancy thing I was just talking about with the camera looking like it's actually in the scene. It feels like it could be a lot of work. Instead, I'm going to just focus on getting the little histogram in here. So what I'm going to make is a little 3D scene that I'm going to paste on top of here, I think. And that's how we'll get this thing. That's how we'll get this thing on the camera, I think. Yeah, paste it on top of the camera or something. Or maybe that's unnecessary. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Hang on. I just need the mesh. All I need is the mesh. So, Instagram. Okay, yeah, let's make a new scene, user interface scene. It's going to be a lot like the actual histogram. So it's going to be a, what's it called? Panel container. Too big. I'm going to set it to there again. What am I going to call it? Quest view. Yeah. It's our quest view. Inside we have a little margin container again. 10 pixels. Also, Bong, check it out. I've got this like this what's it called? Like an audio spectrum. Oh, here, that down here on the side where I can see the spectrum of my voice. You know, when I sing very high, it doesn't go up all the way over here. I don't know why. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I followed a little tutorial that explained how to do. I made this morning, how to do audio like visualization in Godot, and I might like put it on GitHub or something, because it's a neat little visualizer, and it doesn't use too much processing power, so I don't think it's affecting stream at all. Okay, mesh instance 2D. Mesh instance 2D. I can't do a French accent. Quest view. Oh, I see. There only needs to be one single quest view. Okay. And it will always be there. And I will always have access to the mesh. So let's see, mesh. We go back here. In our margin container quest, we add quest view, and we do one more thing to like, oh wait, hang on, I see. Histogram is 300 by 200. Is that also here? Okay, so I'll just set that here. Our quest view, 3 honey by 2 honey. Boom, there we go. And I'll have like a description below it or something. So maybe when I pick a quest, oh yes, okay. So if collider dot is in group quest, okay, yeah. Let's see, what do we have here? I think, you know, we don't really need focus anymore, but so I'll get rid of focus. I think I'm going to replace grab. I don't like G being grab, it's too far away. I'm going to replace grab. I'm going to make grab right click, because shoot is left click. And that way, so if we hit grab there, so if collider is in group quest, also I want to say and not, hang on, and not held object. If input dot is action just pressed grab, okay, here we go. I will send a signal into the sky. Autofocus and focus value don't exist anymore, so that's fine. Auto exposure toggled also does not exist. What was I gonna do? Signal quest grabbed. grabbed. And I think the quest should be like, it should be more than just a mesh. So I'm going to call it I'm going to say we're sending quest data, which is a dictionary. Quest data, if collider is in group quest, if input is action pressed grab, variable quest data equals a dictionary. If collider is in group quest, this is what the quest is. Collider is in group quest here. So then collider.getParent is where I'm going to find the actual mesh. But the actual mesh is there. Hang on. Mesh instance 2D. Okay. So I'm gonna get parent twice. I'm gonna call this the actual quest, or I'll call it the quest node. Collider dot get parent dot get parent. Quest histogram mesh equals quest node, which is this, dot mesh instance 2D dot mesh. No, actually, hang on. Histogram. Here we go. All I need is histogram. Quest node dot histogram. Then I say qdata, quest data, mesh equals quest histogram mesh. And that's what we have as the quest data right now. So I'll say emit signal quest grabbed qdata as our quest mesh. Quest mesh sounds like Christmas, but mispronounced. Player will signal up to the UX that a quest has been grabbed, and quest, and I have to add quest view here. So let's just see. I need to make animations, I'm scared. 2D animations, no problem. 3D, fuck. I've never done 2D, but I have done 3D. What are you animating? Like a monster or something, or like a physical skeleton with like pose arms. Ah, ooh, arms and hands. I actually have maybe something I could show you if you ever want. I did some like make walking and running. Ooh, yeah. I'll try and find the tutorial that I followed. I'm trying to remember, but I did a little project where I wanted to make some kind of like thing that walks and runs, well, actually, it walks and runs all right. Here, I'll show you. Hang on. I called it my action game. There's really no action in it, but one day I want to turn this into like a Zelda like, you know, like a Breath of the Wild like combat or something. Go back to OBS. This is like my character that I modeled up, and there are like little hand animations. So if you ever want a little, you know, I'm supposed to be able to like run around. Yeah, the climbing and the grass tutorials too. I don't know why, but I'm actually not able to. Ooh, hang on. This has to be used, I think, with my Xbox controller. Yeah, so I've got like animations here, which sort of work, but it was a lot of work to get them working, and I got lazy and scared of trying to improve them, but they kind of worked all right. So if you ever want, maybe I could put the camera in the head. I could, that'd be fun. Show you the camera in the head. Okay, let me see. Let me, you know what? Yeah, let me just player dot head position. No, I want, where would the, let me just, yeah, let me say this is not the current camera, and I'll add a new camera. Hang on. See the animations with the camera in the head. I never even thought of trying that. Okay. Bone attachment head. Head node. I'll add a camera here. Turns out it's facing the wrong way, but that's alright. Let's go up here. Does this work? Ha! There's like this thing that's it's okay, I'll make near. Hang on. There we go. I'll bring up the FOV so that we can actually see stuff. Oh, I think I have to say current. Looks pretty funky. What did you use? I made them myself in Godot, and I actually like the way that Godot animations work, because all I would do is basically like the animation. Yes, you can make them in Godot, and I actually really like the way it works. I've never tried any other animation stuff. You make an animation player, you make and then this is the animation. And so all these are, like when I make a new, so I add an animation player, all I do is I say new animation, and then let me return this guy to reset. I go to new animation, and I click, now I am in the new animation, and I click on the skeleton, and it gives me these things up here. And I like, the reason I did them in Godot is because I just don't like leaving Godot. I try to do as much in Godot as possible. And what you can do basically then is click on the little bone arrow thing, and you can go like boom, right? And then I can say insert key. I'm not going to create reset tracks are their own thing, but when you're making the very first animation in your like little animation thing, then you can say create reset tracks. But like, oh, okay, it actually created them for every single bone. But basically okay, I see actually. What I would do is I would set the position, and then because you're in the animation thing, everything now has the little key next to it. So you would say rotation, and you'd click the key. You can hold shift to skip this thing, but yeah. And then you'd go forward to another position. You'd then rotate, and you'd hit the key again. And now you have an animation. And if we make it like loop, right? So then there you have the animation. And so that's how you do them in Godot. I don't know how you do them in any of the other programs, but once you get into it, it's not as bad as you might think. I guess I'll go back to the other project now, but yeah, I like animation in Godot. And then in the code, you just say like animation player dot start animation name. And the cool thing is you can do the animation, like the little key button, you can do that for like anything, like anything that you can change in the Godot editor, you can like add it as a animation frame thing. And so yeah, it's good stuff. Like you could animate like the FOV value for a camera or something, you know. Oh yeah, this. Ah, the light's flickering. Yeah, that's a good one too. Quest mesh. Animated the emission. Oh, nice. Yeah, let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, that's spooky. That's good. That's good light flickering. Oh, and you got the motion blur in here too. I like it. That's properly spooky. Oh, damn. I feel that. I fixed it, no idea how. That's too real. Quest data. Mesh. I fixed it, no idea how. I like that. It feels good to hear that from like another person, you know? It makes me feel better. It's okay to not know what we did. Got the quest mesh. So now all I do is I say quest view dot mesh instance 2D dot mesh. See if this works. Could it be this simple? Can this work? I click. Did it just give me an error for that? No. Okay. I click and I right click. Oh my god. It worked. It worked. This is beautiful. If I click twice, there's no problems. It's just doing it. Okay. And so if I do that, oh, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I zoom into that. I say, boom, we got lamp. Boom, I take a picture. I clicked on it without even realizing that I clicked on it. Okay. We are making moves here. We're making progress. There we go. I think I need to have like this thing light up when I'm able to click it. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add like let's see. gonna do a mesh. I'm gonna do a box. What is the shape of this? 0.6 by 0.4. And the bigger one is 0.75 by 0.55. So this is gonna be 0.9. So 0.6 to 0.9. So this is 0.9 to 0.7. 0.1. And we do a flipperoo. And then I say this. I say, boy, unshaded. That actually might be all I'm looking for. Oh, I don't want this to cast a shadow. Off. All right. Highlight mesh. Highlight mesh is the name. Histogram quest is the game. Maybe that's the game name. Although, I don't know if I like that name. I'll come up with a better name later, maybe. Highlight mesh. Okay. If collider.isInGroupQuest, let me think. Okay. I'll add a variable. I'll add a variable called looked at. And I'll add a timer. Interesting. I'll add a timer called highlight timeout. It will take 1 second. It's a one shot. So when looked at, okay, I see. If, so the last thing we'll do is we'll say looked at equals value. Now in the special case, when looked at, oh, hang on. Okay. If looked at ooh, yeah. If looked at I'm gonna add a function called looked at. Func. Let's see. Looked at if highlight mesh. Just want to make sure these things exist, because sometimes this setter gets triggered before the scene tree is actually built. So if highlight mesh and highlight timeout. What do you need help? Oh, how do I move multiple bones at once? Let's see. Hang on, let me save this. I can show you. So moving multiple bones at once. Okay, so if I wanted to make, if I wanted to go to arms again, and hang on, let me get this open again. So multiple, how long did you say you've used Godot? Probably, it's 2024. Probably since January of 2022. I started using Godot when I was very unemployed. I'm still kind of unemployed, only half. How long have you been using it? No, you have not just been using it for. You're pretty new, aren't you? Well, I'm flattered, but I just have a lot of free time. Yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, I only learned this animation stuff recently. But so it's 1 a.m. on day 24. Captain's log. Yeah, no. Day 24 is a great day to learn animation. Moving multiple bones at once. I just like to imagine it like I'm posing one of those like artists' wooden dolls, you know? So like if I'm making another animation, test, and I want, so like, what kind of action would you like me to, yeah, how do I move them both at once, like together? But like what, how do you mean? Two bones walking. Okay, so if I wanted to make a walking, for example, I would say move the whole arm and hand. Okay. So here's what I would do. I would go, let me know if this is working as I'm doing it, as a description for you. I like to do just rotation, but you can do more than rotation if you'd like. So if I wanted to do walking, I would move this guy down, move this guy down. I'm just going to make it extremely stiff as an example for you, just so I can do the example here. I would go here to this shoulder. I'd say key in the rotation. I'm not creating reset tracks. Yeah? There's your problem? Where? Moving both, I tried to do that and it bent the whole arm. You tried to do that and it bent the whole arm. How do you mean? PSX arms. Let me see. And find the asset and try it. It's so broken. Okay. PSX arms. Nothing's coming up. Do you want me to give you this skeleton that I made? I could, PSX arms. Let me see. Okay. Myth Iconic, thank you for the follow. I just saw that, sorry. I gotta have like, I gotta put notifications up or something. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll BRB. Hey, nice. You fixed it. Okay. Should I still check out the link? I've clicked on it anyways. Let's see. Oh, give me the... Where's the thing? Ah, these are your arms. I see. Would you still like me to continue a little tutorial then, or do you got it? I might do like, maybe someday I'll do like tutorial streams or something, cause, Okay, so, let me go back here. One thing, totally, yeah, I'd be down. One thing you need to keep in mind, just a little quirk. If you ever, it's almost like a tick for me. I hit Command Save a lot, Control Save. So when you hit Save, it's gonna set you back to your like. That's a hell yeah. I'll take you up on it. Thank you. That'd be cool. I appreciate that. Yeah. It puts you back into the reset, and then you can just the reset pose. You can just wiggle this and go back to your keyframe to get it back there. So what I would do to do like a running animation or a walking animation is I would also put in this keyframe, holding Shift, clicking rotation, and then let's just say that the arms are perfectly straight at this moment in the walk cycle. And the other thing I would do is I used if you look up walk cycle on like Google Images or whatever, there are some examples there that I would like use as references, and they're usually only like 8 frames or something, and so it's pretty simple. Basically, what I do now is I move on to the next frame. I rotate this one forward, rotate this one backward, and then maybe I rotate this one a little bit, right? And then I go here, I once again keyframe, and actually I'm realizing something I didn't do is set the frame for the forearm in the initial part, so I'll go back and do that. I'll go over here and set the keyframe, and here, and if you want, you can either do it this way or you can do this button, which sets the basically frames for every single what's it called? Every single bone in the body. And the only reason I didn't end up doing that is because I ended up using like different animation players for the legs and the arms, and like the hands and waist and stuff. I don't actually know if that's a good idea or not. I have a hunch that it's probably not, but that's what I ended up doing. So, and then I don't use this like wrist turning bone, but I do use this sometimes. So I'll key that one in, and then let me just go back here and key everything in again. So this should have been like that, and I should have keyed it in here. Put in the wrist as well. Flick of the wrist. And what am I missing? This. And this. So now, what am I missing here? Oh, I think I'm missing this wrist. Yeah. So now I've got 2 frames of the animation. Boom, boom. And I'm just posing them as if I'm playing with a doll, right? Now I'm continuing the motion, going farther. I'm just gonna move this to, let's say, key and key. Key. Move this one again. Boom. Key it. And maybe I'll start rotating this. Key it. And key that. Now I move to the next frame. And you know what? I'll keep this there. I'll keep this here for a frame. I'll key them again. You can see it draws a line in between your keys to let you know when something has not changed. But in this case, yeah, and and actually since there's like momentum here, I'll give this a little rotate. Key that in. And then this stays here. This shoulder, say it stays. This, oops, hang on. This moves a little bit. Yeah. Boom. That maybe stays where it is. And now we begin to move back. So I go boom. There's a key. Maybe we'll keep that the same. This is like flung backward now, maybe. Boom. There's our right side. Our left side is now starting to move back again. Boom. Maybe that stays the same. Boom. This stays the same. Boom. Now, next frame. Next frame, we go again, back. Key that in. There we go. Key this in again. Oh. Yeah, so that right now, the way I'm doing it, it's not like a perfectly symmetrical animation. I'm realizing that when the arms are both down like this, we probably do want this, you know, to be here. So I'll just, to be, you know, forward instead of the way it started, which was straight down. I'm going to bring this hand back in line with the forearm. Boom. This is also coming forward. Boom. Boom. When this is moving forward, this goes like... No, this should be up here. You kind of have to plan out in advance what you want everything to look like, or have a reference to work on, because work off of. Because if you don't, I've found... Oh, actually, real quick, now... Oh, yeah. Now we're exactly halfway through the cycle, where we got one half, and then we'd go through and repeat everything for the other half, right? And so, let's see. For the other half, let's do this. Doing idle right now, just moving arms forward and backward. Okay, nice. So yeah, if you're just doing idle, be something kind of like this, where you just have a cycle that ends up where it starts, right? For the time being, I'm going to finish the animation off by doing this, by just setting one keyframe here, because I'm lazy. Boom. Boom. Okay. And then, because we're setting it to loop, it's automatically going to work its way back to the way it started at. So, if we play this animation, right? So now we have this. I find that the trickiest part of working on these animations is getting everything perfectly symmetrical. All the movements that happen on one side need to happen opposite, but the same on the other side, you know, so it looks good. Something I like to do is switch this from linear to cubic on interpolation mode. It makes it look a little smoother, you know, sort of. It's kind of funky looking. You can also do realistic isn't symmetrical. That's actually a good point. It's a good point. You know what? That is a very good point. It's okay to have errors and little inconsistencies, because that's how we actually walk. You can also do nearest interpolation mode, which just makes it like you know, actual frames and no movement in between. But yeah, this is how I would do. This is how I would do like a little hand walk cycle. Yeah. Do you want any tips on any other animation stuff? How do you know how to use the animation tree? The animation tree is the thing I've been struggling with. I want to, let me think. Not really. Not really. I know that, so the reason I was saying that I don't think it's the best idea to have multiple different players, animation players for arms and legs, is that when you make the animation tree, it's like it expects you to have only one animation player. And so I think the idea is to have only one animation player that handles all of your animations. Yeah, have a start walk, walk to run, run to walk. I was actually looking at animation tree just a couple days ago, because I wanted to have some nice transitions, and it was a little daunting, but I don't know if it's actually as hard as it looks, or if I'm just Okay, cool. Yeah, you got this. There's a tutorial on the Godot documentation about animation tree that I looked at. I didn't get too far into it, but once you have animation player and animation tree, that should do the whole trick. I think that should be everything. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hop back into the other game. I like the feeling of doing some kind of tutorial. I think I will do some tutorial streams. So that could be fun. I believe in you. I can't wait to see your hand animations. What am I gonna do here? Oh yeah, highlight timeout. We have the looked at function. So when we're looked at, I want to say highlight mesh dot visible equals true. We can see the highlight mesh, and we also, every time looked at is set to true, we will say highlight timeout dot start. Then, when this actually times out and we're no longer being looked at, highlight mesh dot visible equals false. So that's what we want to do, I think. And then as long as we, hang on, this needs to be invisible at the beginning. Okay. So as long as we just tell we tell the quest node that it's being looked at, there. Quest node dot looked at equals true. Let's see if this works. Oh. Hey. Oh. Okay. Maybe I'll give it a little less time to time out because it doesn't need to be going for a whole second. Professional, thank you. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we've got that. I can click on it. I can begin the quest. I just need to add more data to the quest data dictionary that has quest information, I guess, or I don't exactly know what information is going to come up. The one thing I still need to figure out, which is kind of the most important part I'm realizing, is how do I measure how close my current histogram is to the quest histogram. Like I'm thinking, I have an idea. When I build the quest histogram, let's see. When I build the regular histogram, I build it from just a sequence of an array, use distance2 or distance.2. Well, the problem is I have to compare, because it's not just the location, it's the actual value of the histogram. And so I need to take two histograms and compare find a way to calculate how alike or dissimilar they are. But I do have this. I think I need to add, we have this data, and I make the histogram using the data. But I need to keep the data somehow. And then, let's see, data. Okay, hang on. Yeah, histogram, data. Okay, so when I make a histogram quest, there's the histogram, but there should also be the data array. So this is a start. The data. So when do I make the quest? How do I make it so another script can get information from player? Okay. Well, let me think. There are a couple ways I would do it. There's one way. So my player is in a group called player, and it's like the only member of the group. And so I think what you could do, as long as you have, so any node that's in the tree, you could always be like, you could say this, you could say player equals get tree dot get first node in group player, and then you have access to the player node. Separate scenes. Oh, hang on, separate scenes. I'll just smash the scenes together. Okay. Have you ever used the global singleton? That is something that I actually find very useful when you have separate scenes. You go into like I love global. You go into auto load. I actually don't have a global. I don't have a global for this one, but most of my games I add a global. So I just say I add a node name called global. I say add, and you start a script called global, and then like this is like, it's called an auto load because it's always the first script that loads, and it's like always here. And so then you can add like because there's no global variables in Godot, but the way around it is that you can create this global node and say like player data, which is a dictionary. Player data. This is how I get around like doing stuff from separate scenes. So you have player data, and then actually I find this so handy that I have these bound on like as macros on my keyboard. But if you want to have access to the node or to the global thing, you just do two things. You say, you get ready for a global variable, and you call it, I mean, you don't even have to call it node. You just say variable called global, and then the first thing you do in the ready function is you type global equals get node, and then you say that right there, /root/global. And then any node can say this, and any node can have access to this global node, and then you can use that as like a, you know, like a Google Drive, effectively. That's how I think of it in my head, is like, it's like Google Drive, and you can just put everything in the global variables and trade information. I don't know if that helps, but that is something I use, and a lot of my games just would not function without the global script. But I guess I'll get rid of it because I don't actually need it in this game. I think the only reason I don't need it in this game is because Yeah, no problem. I'm not like... I only have one scene that's actually playable. It's gonna be... I'm trying to keep this a simple game to get it done in time. And so... so far, I have not needed global. But maybe it could be handy. I don't know. Where do I create... this is where I create a new histogram. New quest.histogram equals hist. Okay. Hist equals histogram dot mesh instance 2D dot mesh. New quest dot data equals hist dot... Is this also called data? Yeah. All right. Cool. Hist.data. Okay. Yeah. Quest view on quest grabbed. Quest view dot mesh instance 2D dot mesh equals quest mesh. Okay. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll also have a data variable here. Okay, I have an idea here. I have an idea for what I want to do. On player quest grabbed. Oh, quest data. Okay, so when the histogram node is grabbed, I build the quest data. Wait a sec. No. I do it here. Quest data mesh is that mesh. Quest data... Okay, quest data data equals quest node dot data. Okay. Now we have the data, I think. I haven't even checked yet, but I'm assuming this data is the right data. Now, okay. Quest view. Yeah. What I'm going to do is add something. So the margin container is just there for the mesh. But below this, hang on. All right, hang on. Here we go. Okay. VBox container. So the... Wait. Okay, no, hang on. I see. Margin container, then VBox container, then mesh instance. I'll have to reset this. Underneath the boom, right? Let me actually make sure that this still works. All right. New quest.data. Oh, hang on. New invalid get index data on base immediate mesh. Histogram. Oh, I see. Not hist. Histogram. Need to be better about naming stuff, maybe. Let's see. Okay, and then I click, and we've got it. I click, okay. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah. On the quest view, underneath the mesh instance, and I'm gonna put a little thingy, H separator. Underneath that, I'm going to put a little slider. And it's not a slider that's meant to be used. You know, maybe I just copy the kind of slider aesthetic that I have for the this thing. For this. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. How did I do that? Yeah, grabber disabled, that's what I want. I don't want it editable or scrollable. Grabber disabled, paste, make unique, and then make it vertical instead of horizontal. Let's do 16 by 8. Nope, that's not right. 8 by 16. Yes. And let's put it at 50 right now just to see value. 50. Just a second. Styles. Give me styles. I am so stylish. Slider and grabber area, okay. Copy. And in quest view, yeah, grabber area and then slider. Unique. I think this needs to be okay. No, that's fine. This is the one that's gonna need to be made unique after I copy and paste. Content margins. Oh, there we go. That's the thing there is a little small, so that's all right. I'll do. We can increase the size again. 32. Yeah, and then H separator. Give me a little more. Give me 20. Give me 40. Yeah. Nice. Let's see. This can go back to 0. And then this is going to be like a slider. It's like how close are you to the original histogram? So I'll call it closeness. Even though I think accuracy is a better word. I don't think closeness is really a word. But that's okay. It don't matter. Closeness. Ugh, that's all right. So data and data from camera. So let's see. Where do I like how do I histogram on timer texture timeout. Okay, here we go. Histogram.data equals luminance. No worries. Welcome back. Dang, network connections. Histogram.data. Okay. What we're also going to do then is say quest view dot data from camera equals luminances. You didn't miss too much. We're just getting the data, trying to figure out how to compare the histograms, and I think I'm getting somewhere. So there's going to be this thing down below the histogram. That's not what I wanted. All right, hang on. If the mesh instance is okay, fine. I do need to put the VBox container, then the margin container, then the mesh instance in the margin container, and now I think this will work. I need to reset this again. All right, how about this? No. All right. That's all right. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. H slider closeness. Okay. The margin container, the H separator. This is inside the margin container. This needs to be all the way at the bottom. Oh, maybe align with expand. How about that? Good Lord. The mesh instance. Oh, hang on. Is this any better? Well, at least it's back in line now. I see. Hang on. Oh, okay, hang on. What if we do this? What if we make this taller? Quest view. Give me 250. All right. It looks serviceable. I don't need this H separator. Yeah. And do I even need the VBox separator? It's all right. No problem. We're just gonna deal with it, and we'll I don't even know if I want the slider to exist in the actual game. I think I just want it to be like a yes or no. But I don't know. We'll test it. So, quest view. So, quest view. Okay, quest mesh. Quest data equals, wait a sec, that's not the right. I see quest data is already a variable that I have. That's okay. Quest view dot data equals quest data data. All right, a lot of data here. But I think now quest view should have both data and data from camera. I'm going to have a function called calculate accuracy. I'm doing away with the word closeness, and I will say accuracy instead. Okay. Diffs. It's an array of type float. Hang on. Diffs dot resize data dot size. Diffs dot fill. Do we even need to 0.0? Data and data from camera should always be the same length. I don't really think I need to worry about the lengths. Okay, let's just keep going. For I in data dot size. Data sample equals data I. Camera sample equals data from camera I. Diff equals the absolute value of data sample minus camera sample. Diffs dot append diff. Okay. Yeah. Print diffs dot max. There's a thought. Max based on array of type float. Oh. If data and data from camera. Calculate accuracy. All right, so this should print the highest difference between the histograms. So a higher number is worse. So I will take a picture of these. And it's not, oh, okay, it shouldn't be printing yet. It should start. Highest difference is 1. Oh? 0.8, 0.9. We want less. Hang on. Highest difference is 1. How low can I get the differences? 1 means you're totally off. Okay, I don't want to calculate the highest difference. I just want to calculate the average difference. Print diffs dot is sum. Can I do, how do I sum? I guess I'll just do it manually. Total equals 0. For diff in diffs, total plus equals diff, yeah. And then, that didn't take that long. Total divided by float diffs dot size. Print total. That's the average difference between all these different numbers. Hopefully that will give us more of an idea. Oh, there's very little difference. Oh, there's more of a difference. 0.4, 0.5, 0.1, 0.3, 0.4, 0.04, 0.07. I'm trying to recreate how close do I want the threshold to be? 0.09. You know, here's an issue. This interferes with the actual photo. It creates a new histogram because I'm looking at something new. So I think what I want to do is when you're close enough to this, yeah, when you're close enough to it, it should disappear. So let me try that. Oh, but there's so many different meshes that I'm going to have to, let's see. Or maybe I'll just make it, how do I want to do this? Because everything that's like a visual indicator of the location where it was taken, maybe I just have it disappear when it has been like taken, when it's been right-clicked, and then reappear when I click on something else. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. So when I right-click on something, the quest node, I'm gonna store that in a variable. Say current quest node, node 3D. Yeah. Okay. Set value. And let me actually say current quest node equals quest node. Let's see. So this is going to be something like this. Held object. Set value. If let's see. If so there's situations. What are these scenarios here? So first, okay, if quest node, I don't know, if current quest node does not equal value, okay, so there's two situations. If value and if not or else. So if it's not value, then actually we can just set okay, hang on. And also for the histogram quest, we need to have a variable called selected false. And we'll do stuff there in a second. If current quest node is not equal to value, then current quest node, okay, hang on, if value and current quest node exists, then current quest node dot selected equals false, and value dot selected equals true. Otherwise, let's see. If current quest node is not equal to value and current quest node also exists, then we're switching from one quest node to the next quest node. So we say this is no longer selected and the new one is selected. Otherwise, if value is null, then if quest node, or if current quest node current quest node dot selected equals false. Elif not current quest node. So this is the first time it's being selected. Current quest node, no. Value dot selected equals true. Actually, we don't need this because every case, if value exists, should lead to value being selected. This stuff is tricky for me, but I think we're on the right track. If current quest node dot selected equals false, if value is true. Oh, hang on. If current quest node if not value, if current quest node, do I have every, if we're setting it to null and current quest node does exist, yeah, then all that should matter is that we set it to not selected. And then at the very end here, we can say current quest node equals value. Okay, I think that works for us. So we say current quest node equals quest node. Yeah. Selected set value. And we say a function called setSelected. Oh, and selected equals, hang on. Selected equals value, setSelected. And when we say if we're selected or not, if selected, visible, I see. Visible equals not selected. So if we're not selected, we're visible. If we get selected, we become invisible. We want the area interact to be gone, or not to be gone, but to be collision shape interact. Visible equals not selected. Collision shape interact dot disabled equals selected. If we're selected, we want it to be disabled. I think this is what we want. Let's try it. Boom. We have one and two different ones. So I'm going to select you and you disappear. Cool. I'm going to select you. Ah, okay, and that one reappears and this one disappears. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. Boom. Okay. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to take a picture here. I'm going to select it and see how close I can get to the original picture. 0.07, 0.03. .03 is really as close as I can get. So I want to just walk around and see if there are any other instances where I can recreate 0.03. Oh, that's kind of similar. Oh, 0.04. Actually, we should be doing more than just, hang on. Instead of printing the average, let's also print, let's print the square of the average. Print power. This should really differentiate between if you're onto it or you're not onto it. I think I want to print this power of the average. Yeah. Total 2. So we square it. I say I want a picture that looks like that, right? So boom. What are we getting? 0.07, 0.03. 0.0087. But if I do something very different, it should get out of hand soon. It should start making a big difference. Yeah. So even if I start getting something that's kind of similar, I'm not going to get anywhere near what I was wanting to do before, 0.002. Oh yeah. 0.001. I saw that for a second. Okay. So, cool. I'm liking this so far. So then the total, and total's not really right. It's let's do a new variable. Accuracy equals total divided by that. print accuracy. Actually, accuracy equals power accuracy 2. So now, oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Scaled accuracy equals remap 1 minus accuracy actually, hang on. Yeah, 1 minus accuracy, which is also going to be clamped between 0.8, which we may not even get to, 0.9, let's try that, and 0.9999. And we remap that from 0.9, 0.999 to from 0 to 1. Then we make the slider here go from 0 to 1, and its step is 0.001. And so then what we do is we say h slider closeness dot set value no signal scaled accuracy. Let's see if this works. Oh. Okay, getting less accurate, but it's really not by much. Maybe squared was not the right, oh no, squared is not the right move. Squared is not the right move. We have to go back to Desmos. Actually, no, I know. Hang on. There's a function in here that I took. Let's go back to Desmos. Graphing calculator. We want something that gives us a lot of change in the very small number region, and that's mostly it. We want it to really start ramping up, you know, just getting very vertical. What about 1 over x? Nope. E to the x. Nope. Is it the log that I'm thinking of? Maybe it's the log. ln of x plus 5. Ooh, okay, yeah. Plus, oh yeah, okay. This is what, this was what I was thinking of. Plus 2. Not really. Okay, hang on. X plus 1.35. 0.135. Roughly. Something like that. But we also take this, oh, hang on. And then we divide by 2. Ooh, something like that, yeah. There's probably a more like basic function that does something like this. I just can never remember, like, you know, this kind of stuff. But I just want to see a big difference between, you know, hang on. 5. Yeah. .0067. And instead of dividing by 2, I want to divide by 8. No, I want to divide by 5. 6, 5, 4, 5. Say 5. Ooh, that's actually plus 5 divided by 5? Is that a coincidence? Nah, maybe that's how it works. Okay, anyway, this is the equation that I want. I want real big differences in the small numbers. So I'm going to move this over to the other side of my screen and then say scaled accuracy. We got 1 minus the accuracy. Not yet. Instead of power, we're going to do log of accuracy. Log of accuracy plus 0.0067 plus 5, all divided over 5. And then I take that, I do 1 minus. Let's just clamp from 0 to 1. And see what happens. We don't even need to do a remap. Let's just clamp from 0 to 1. See what I get. Boom. Boom. Oh, look at the accuracy. It's going up. It's going up. What do I need to do here? The accuracy is pretty good. Ooh! Oh, look at how close I can get it. Okay. But if I look anywhere else, it should never get that close. This is actually working all right. I mean, I am very cool with this. The histogram is like, if I try to get it to look sort of like it, it sort of gets there, but all I have to do is drop down here and it just starts shooting up. But that needs to be, it needs to be darker. I mean, evidently that's not that good. It's kind of interesting. I want to print the scaled accuracy too to see how high it actually goes. So .7, 0.8. 8.3, 8.4, 8.9, 9. I mean, 90% accuracy is pretty good. I think I want to go ahead and say that 90% accuracy is the best you're going to need to get the photo. I mean, I see a 0.7 here. I'm not seeing a 0.9, you know? So let's remap instead from So let's do the remap again. From 0 to 1 to, actually, and let's clamp the bottom. It never really goes below 50%. So we clamp it at 0.5, and we remap from 0.5 to 1 to 0. Oh, hang on. Clamp it at 0.9. I see. Clamp it at 0.9. Remap from 0.5 to 0.9. Make that go from 0 to 1. Then 1 should be our accuracy goal. So we zoom in. We take a picture like that. I say I want to recreate that. I'm at 0.3. Right, we're at 0 here. See, we're at 0. But here, I want to zoom in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is so close. I'll probably say that, you know, you can set the threshold to like something under anything above like 80%. We'll say you got it. 0.8, 0.9, 9.3. Pretty finicky, but let me see. What else can I achieve? I mean, it's 0, 0.4, 0. And you know, I could probably square this to... Am I being an asshole if I square it? I don't think so. I think squaring it is a way to really see... really filter out those low numbers, you know? Filtering out the low numbers. Scaled accuracy equals power. Scaled accuracy 2. Call me a horrible person, but I think it's okay to square it. Let's say capture. Boom. Now we're trying to get that. 0. We're still seeing 0, 0.1, 0. But if I get into position, start zooming in, 0.4, 0.5. Ooh. 0.9! Oh! We got to 1! I can't believe... Oh! Oh! That's like the exact same histogram. Yo! 0.1 might be too hard of a goal. I think we don't have to worry about like false alarms here. I'm just walking around. I want to see what kind of numbers I see. What's the highest number? You know. Oh, it's interesting. You can take it maybe from behind. Wonder if it would get me the same result. I mean, I think this is a strong system because it basically means that you never are going to be over like 50% unless you're really close. So if you start seeing that meter go up, you know that you are very, very close. Oh, this is good. I'm into this. This is good progress. I mean, that is the same histogram. That is pretty much the same histogram. And it's because it's the same photo. But, yeah. Okay, wow. I've selected that one. This disappeared. And what did I take a picture of? You know what? I'm going to run around for a second. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to move my mouse around with my eyes closed. I'm going to take a picture. And I'm going to find that picture. Was it this one? I don't know which one it was. It wasn't that one. I don't remember this one. So I'm just going to try and take... Well, I'm pretty much looking at it. Okay, I see. The problem is that where I take the picture... So I think the other thing I need to do is set up a whole, like a little, like a radius around where I took the picture. You know, I can't have this thing sitting exactly where I took it. Or maybe I can. Okay, so without jumping, I'm just gonna, whee, and then I'm gonna run away. And then I'm going to go to where I think, did I take it here? Yeah, I took it here. I'm going to go here and I'm going to see, maybe I do want to give them the exact location. I mean, this is actually, this might have been the picture. Oh yeah, this has got to be it. I think I do want to give them the exact location the picture was taken, because otherwise it's like too hard. I think it's too difficult. Here's an idea. I want to pick up the lamp, put the lamp here, and take a picture of it. So that's the lamp picture. Then I want to take the lamp and put it back over here to see if I can actually recreate the picture without the lamp. No. I don't think I can. I can actually get kind of close. But if I really want to recreate it, I have to go take the lamp, put it like there, I think, and do, oh, I'm close. I mean, I'm very close. I can tell. And if I was playing this game right now, I'd probably want this to count. Why doesn't it count? Maybe I need to make the threshold a little more kind. Because I know this is the picture. Oh, yeah. And I think I should get rid of these physics objects. Except for the lamp, it's not really fair to the player if I have these movable things. I think the only movable thing should be the lamp. It's just going to be like a still life. And honestly, ooh, I'm gonna say 20% is good enough. I can have different levels of challenge, basically, right? But for this, oh yeah, 20 that's the same picture. That's the exact same picture. 20 is good enough. Because am I gonna get 20 at any other point? I don't think so. I can actually take the picture probably from a different angle. No. No. But if I, ooh. It's interesting that I can actually get 20 here too. So I don't even have to be in the same place. This is working though. I am going to say that Yeah, the 20%. Okay, we'll have different like difficulty thresholds. But I'll say that's a 20% is nice and good. I'll get rid of these things and change them to static bodies. Yeah. I mean, this is coming together. I think I have almost a functioning game here. I'll probably get rid of the accuracy slider. Will I? We'll see. Let's do a picture like that. You know, if I really want. So if I'm standing here, I'm looking around, thinking, okay, it's not this. It's probably not this. I'm thinking it's probably that, right? I'm seeing those peaks. I look over here and I say the peaks here look similar, but I'm not seeing that bright white. Oh, of course, the bright white and the black and the gray is a hint. I need to see, we've got a middle gray there. What? There. You can just kind of mess around until you, ooh. There. All right, and we hit the, we go to 30%. I think 25 might be a good threshold. You know what? It's like a one-time puzzle game. I can just make the thresholds myself for each individual quest. I mean, this is exciting though. This totally works. I wonder what happens if I get closer. Yeah, you can kind of recreate it if you're like doing, but not quite, you know, it's kind of tricky. If I come from the other side, yeah, I'm getting, this is even interesting. You can see which one's closest. You can see, like, check it out. You can really do some detective work on this quest right here, because you can see that the bright white is the biggest, the black is the second biggest, and the gray is the third biggest, which means that the white is closest and the gray is the farthest away. I'm getting really into this. I like this. This is like, honestly, like the most playable game I may have ever made. It's like actually a real game. I might be getting too excited, but boom, there's another quest. Let's go take up the quest. I'm seeing something here, right? I'm seeing something. What happens if I just don't even move around? I just look at the quest and I say, okay. There's a lot of dark, a lot of really dark, a good amount of medium dark, very small amount of bright. Well, here's a lot of dark. Oh yeah, see, I'm already seeing the similarities here. If I zoom in, oh my god, it's 33. Ooh, of course. I'll have different, I'll have like a good, great, excellent, you know, like the more close you can get to the original photo, the better your grade will be. 42, how close can I get? Oh, 48, oh! 98. No way. It briefly goes up when I zoom in. I think that means I need to be a little closer. Yeah. Oh, 84. This is a, here we go. You actually have a score. You're trying to perfect the original image. But at that point, it's just nitpicking. You've already won the quest. It's just how well can you do. Okay, this is good. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we have a score. We do have a score. This is the score. I'll print out the score too. I should say, yeah. I have like a accuracy score. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Histogram quest. Okay, I'll start to add export variables too. Actually, these should all be exports so that I could actually save these things. Although I might just be saving these as, I have to think about how I would save these too. I'll figure it out later. For the time being, I will probably set these all to these two to exports for the histogram quest. All caps. There they are. I'll save these as their own resources. I'll just have like a picture taking session. So, and we'll add another variable, which will be high score. And it's just going to be 0 by default. But basically, you'll be able to take a picture. Yeah. You'll be able to take a picture, get your, excuse me, put your high score down. Yeah. Let me add some stuff to the to-do. Difficulty. Multiple score thresholds. Good. Great. Amazing. Maybe even perfect. Because technically, you could get a perfect 1. Perfect. Difficulty. Variety of location hints. As in, picture taken here, picture taken within 5 feet, or location not given. That's the hardest one. I don't even give you the location of the picture and you just have to explore. But I think that makes it so much easier to have just a teeny tiny little map, like this little garden where you get to explore and just look around. It's just a very small map, but it'll be very detailed with lots of different things that can, you know, be captured in a photograph. What else? Difficulty, variety of location hints, multiple score thresholds. Yeah. I think that's all I can think of for difficulty stuff. This feels like it's coming together. I need to add a sun, because the sun is definitely like too dark. Looks a little funky, you know. Do I want to blend my splits? Sure. I think we need a little more brightness from the sky here, or from the sun. Ha! Oh. All right. Can't blur the shadow, can I? Yeah, shouldn't do anything. Okay, how does this look? It's not bad. So if I'm like taking a picture of this and I push up my exposure and then I take the picture and I push the exposure back down, then I shouldn't be able to recreate it. Yeah, you can see that there's something there. You can tell that there's something there, but the accuracy shouldn't show up until ooh. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. Yeah, look at that. This is a game. Okay, anything over 20% is going to be good. Because it means you actually, like, did something. You know? Like, if that is high exposed enough that I'm not even going past 0 here. I mean, it's just got me straight at 0. I need to do something about that. I'm going to add something like a sprite or something. I keep saying that, but I need to put that in the to-do, actually. I don't know about limited number of picks. It doesn't make sense given how I've just come up with gameplay here. Sun mesh. Yeah, just like a really bright ball in the distance. You know, actually, since our scene is so small, maybe I can also take this camera and make the camera, you know, I can bring this all the way back to like 300 or something, yeah. Stuff should look a little better. Shadows should look, I mean, they look a lot better, I think. Or am I just imagining? Oh! So I need to increase, can I increase my, where are we? Directional light, max distance. Give me a max distance of 300. How does this look? Shadow should not mess up because I'm too far away, right? It should be good all the way out. I think these are looking good. What about these shadows? Do these shadows mess up? What's the max distance here? Yeah, I think we're good. Shadow's not perfect, but that's fine. I think this is good enough. So yeah, this is looking pretty nice. Better bring the exposure down. Yeah. Go and take a picture of the light bulb. Am I moving the lamp by being down here? Maybe I'm pushing the lamp, I don't know. But if I accept this quest, this is going to be a tricky one. And I zoom in. Shouldn't really be giving me anything unless I expose down. And now I'm much closer. Okay, something like that. This is actually a tricky one. Wow. Okay, so I think it's fair to say that you can expect any picture to be achievable. Any score to be achievable on any picture. I mean, look at that. Boom. Going from 0 to hero. Yeah. Boom. There we go. 73. And we briefly got 80. 80 will probably be the, oh, that's an interesting photo. It's fun. I don't even think we need to render the histogram on a thread. I think this is good enough performance-wise. I'm into this. I'm into this. Yeah. What size is this platform? 50 by 50. probably start 3D modeling the platform. I'm gonna make a proper model of it maybe tomorrow. I mean, if we go back to the game jam, jams joined. I think I submitted to the big mode game jam, but none of this. Ooh, hang on. All right, I'm back. 6 days left. Yeah, I got time. Tomorrow I will do some modeling. I think I'm gonna head out for tonight, but thank you everybody for joining. This was a fun stream. We got some good stuff done. Let's try and raid someone. I'll see if I can get the raid to work. So I say raid channel following. Oh, who's Dan? Dan is still going. I'm gonna raid Dan. All right, here we go. Start raid. I hope this works. Didn't work last time, but here we go.